I hear you loud and clear. Engel will not be sold. I have removed Stefan Engel from the transfer list. Instead, in his place, I've listed Alioski and also Robbie Gotts to raise some extra funding to try and bring in another central midfielder. We don't have enough at present to go for Rajan Angolan. He is still, despite his age, my preferred target. I got a loan bid here for Gotts. I did add him to the transfer list though, as you can see here. That's just it says loan because it was a loan bid that came in for him. Let me confirm for you via the transfer hub, or the squad hub even, that he is actually on the transfer list. Where are you, Robbie? Transfer listed. So we shall try and get him out. And Engel is delighted. You're too valuable to everybody in the comments section. Glad we're aligned, and don't make me regret it, is what I'm going to say. But I've taken him off the loan list. He hasn't actually reacted to the fact that I then put him immediately onto the transfer list. So we'll see how things progress today. There was mixed response to the reaction to games. Oh, actually, I want to sell me, don't I? To the games played yesterday. I think some of you didn't watch the Everton game, or didn't get as far as the Everton game in the video, saw the Villa game and were critical of the sliders, and I agree. The sliders in the Villa game certainly needed to be adjusted further. We did that, and there were some comments later on from those of you that had watched later on that noticed that actually what we'd done to the sliders in the Everton game was better. So what I'm going to do is, purely just this episode, I just want to get some more game time with these newer sliders. If you know, the Everton game was the one-off, then fair enough, we'll consider going back to Legendary and making it harder rather than Ultimate and making it easier. But I want to give the sliders we used for the Everton game another go here against West Ham and potentially Arsenal as well, before making a definitive decision as to which way we go with the sliders. Also, I've changed formation to a 4-3-3 attack. So I have a Cam sat behind the three up top, and I've moved Traore to the right as per your suggestion, and Jared Bowen to the left. I personally would have had them the other way around so that they can cut inside and shoot, but you guys want me to try it this way around, so I will. And we'll see how we go. Obviously, Jean-Kevin Augustin will continue as the starting striker, and we'll wait and see how he goes. And then obviously in the midfield, we hope to bring in some new talent sooner rather than later. And Nkulu continues on at centre-back with Malacia at left-back. West Ham at home then to start us off today. What have they done so far this season? They've drawn one and lost one. We are currently 12th, which is higher than we finished last season after 2 games. Let's see if we can't go higher still after 3. Right, West Ham's 11 to face us then. Fabianski in goal is no surprise. Rodriguez, Spendelhofer, Diop and Cresswell at the back. Noble and Declan Rice holding. Yarmolenko, Carbonero and Felipe Anderson with Sebastian Aller up top. Who have they got on the bench? Lanzini, Sonogo. Yaya Sonogo is not a name I ever thought I'd see in the Premier League again. Pablo Fanal's there as well. They do have some creativity to bring on if they need it. Hopefully, they'll need it because we'll be the better team. It's Noble. Oh, lovely ball to Yarmolenko. He's left foot, so I'm going to try and force him on his right, but he's turned me well. He's got him on his right eventually and blocked the shot. Let's just get rid of it, please. Slowly but surely. Like that inside and then down the line. Not sure still whether to use... Oh, nice turn by Augustin. Not sure whether to use... Oh, God, needs to be our absolute fastest to get away. Surprised there wasn't a foul given there. Did certainly catch the heels of Jean-Kevin Augustin. Let's whip this into the middle. See if Tyler Roberts can find a teammate. Oh, he found Fabianski. Adama back there to Ben White. He's not the man you want to shoot. But, oh, lovely turn by Jared Bowen. And he can't shake off the defender to be able to get the shot away. Threatening West Ham here in the opening 15 minutes, but Fabianski so far has had everything dealt with. Carbonero has turned me well there. Here's Yarmolenko, Aller. Yarmolenko, Aller. Oh no! Oh, thankfully Felipe Anderson didn't shoot there. He wasn't far away at the second time. Fredericks Down the line to Adama Traore. Oh, nearly turned Cresswell. Very nearly turned Cresswell. Maybe Anderson back to the left back again. Forward nicely to Carbonero. Oh, I tried to just bump him out of the way there. That didn't work. Sebastian Haller. Nicely into Felipe Anderson. Oh, a really good delivery. Malacia does well to get there. Heads it behind for a West Ham corner. Well defended. See if we can get rid of this. Potentially Felipe Anderson to deliver. Oh, it's a good corner. And Haller wins the header, but it's wide. Driving down the line. Cross comes in and Nkulu gets rid. We challenged for that. Declan Rice has brought it down well. Oh, it's a nice turn. He's got a bit of space here. Good finish. The double step over sold me. Turned into some space and I couldn't close him down quickly enough. Declan Rice makes it West Ham United 1, Leeds United 0. Brought it down well. Couldn't get there with the man and then turned. And Nkulu was just dragged by the run of Sebastian Haller. And I couldn't switch player quickly enough to get him across to close Declan Rice down. It's a very good finish. Very accurate finish. Unfortunately, we're 1-0 down after half an hour, despite some good play ourselves. It's a big ping. Malacia knocks that down well, and Bowen will come forward on the counter. Augustin turns nicely, holds the man off next to me. I made some changes about 10 to 15 in-game minutes ago. They just haven't had the chance to actually be made yet. Augustin will look for Tyler Roberts. We'll look again for Augustin, but Diop with the interception, and that has summed up our entire game. The amount of times I've just stopped talking in a highlight where I've gotten to the final third and my final pass has been intercepted like that. That's a foul, surely. Has been at least 4 times. At least 4 times I've put together a really, really good move and the final ball has been picked off by someone. And it's been infuriating. Even Sebastian Haller is getting in on the act with regards to interceptions. I don't know as I've really enjoyed this formation, to be honest. I haven't really felt like I've been anywhere near as creative as I was with a 4-2-3-1. I'll try it again against Arsenal, but that didn't feel like it was too difficult. It just felt like I wasn't good enough with the formation. I didn't create a single chance on goal. That wasn't the difficulty, though. That wasn't the issue there, which is nice. It was more just I didn't feel like I could create anything, so I couldn't find the right pass or have any options at certain times. Maybe I need to be a bit more compact and then run out wide rather than having players out wide and trying to get the ball to them. I'll try and play a bit narrow. It wasn't our best day for sure. Declan Rice did well, but we shall have to concentrate on what we can do better. I'll try and narrow up just to keep players in and around me so they're right with me. I want to... No, not defensive. Offensive possession stuff. I'll narrow up a little bit just to try and make sure that the players are... defensively, I want to narrow up as well. I'll try and make sure that players are closer to me so it's easier to play some free-flowing football. And we'll see what we can do. I am going to start training, actually, Engel again, as per your request. So let me do that too, and then we'll see if anything else happens in the transfer window before the Arsenal game. Mihajek's been sold, and I've had a transfer offer from Burnley for Robbie Gotts. His market value should be between 8.5 and 17. That's a wide range for a player that's only valued at 11 million. I will negotiate slightly, but I'm not going to be too forceful here. I'll ask for like 13 and see if they'll come up to it. We're literally just selling to get some money into the club, and 13 would be enough. 11.3. I'll counter at 12. I'm not going to get too aggressive. And if they come in with 11 point something again, I will accept it. 11.1. I'm not going to risk losing the sale. I'm not going to risk losing the sale. I need the money. And if we can get Gotts gone, then that will offer us the opportunity to bring someone else in. And that is, of course, what we believe that we need. Now then, is that deal going to be done? Transfer for Alioski as well, which is good news. 2 matches rescheduled. That'll be for either internationals or the Carabao Cup. I'm just going to accept that offer for Alioski. I don't think they're going to be able to afford his wages, to be fair. I think that will probably be a game that... Or probably be a transfer, that falls through. And it is the Carabao Cup that's been drawn, and the games in September have been moved accordingly. Cardiff City is who we have in the Cup. Really asked about that, to be honest, so we'll simulate that one. But we shall play this one. It's Arsenal away. Bernd Leno in goal for Arsenal. Bellerin, Socrates, Holding and Tierney. Danilo Pereira, Lucas Torreira. Nicola Pepe, Mesut Ozil and Saka, who scored a hat-trick in his last game. And then Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up top. Very strong Arsenal side. Could perhaps be slightly stronger in defence, but still a very strong Arsenal side. Malacia. I'm going to try and get Bellerin to come towards me, which hasn't worked at all. Still managed to get the ball to Jared Bowen, luckily. That's well played forward. And here's James Milner. Nicely done. Augustin with a nice turn. Tyler Roberts found well. I need runners around me, though. Phillips looking for Milner. Turns well. Tyler Roberts. There's Jared Bowen. Come on, lads. This is a good move. Let's find the right final ball at the right time. Adama. A little bit of footwork. Looking to get the better of Kieran Tierney. That's not quite worked. But could get it on the edge of the box here to Jared Bowen, who will turn and shoot. And it's blocked by Bellerin. And it won't fall kindly enough for me. Frustratingly enough. Oh, nicely intercepted by James Milner there, though. We could have another opportunity. We might well have another opportunity. Jean-Kevin Augustin. Oh! Has pulled the shot wide. 85 finishing. And he perhaps needed 87 to squeeze that in the bottom corner. Bellerin. Big ball over the top. Looking for Nicola Pepe. He's brought that down well. Looking for Aubameyang. He's far too quick for me to deal with, I think. Oh, who's going to get to that first? It is Saka. 1-0 Arsenal. Saka just far too fast. He scored a hat-trick in his last game. And the cross from Aubameyang is inch perfect. Fredericks seemed to be the right side of him for the majority of the run. But Saka, right at the final moment, just gets himself ahead. And Arsenal are also ahead. 1-0 down. Phillips. In there to Roberts, across to Milner. Terrible touch from James Milner, but Augustin done really well to keep hold of it. He's going to have to do really, really well to keep hold of it still. So players are all around him. Fredericks in there nicely to Adama. Got Calvin Phillips here, trying not to play risky passes and end up losing possession. Tyler Roberts looks to bend it. It's blocked by Rob Holding, and Tierney will bring it down. We're getting there. Get to that first. Well done, Augustin. Adama, back to Milner. Calvin Phillips, back to Milner again. Calvin Phillips, Tyler Roberts. Oh, tried to accelerate around Rob Holding and barely seemed to move. Despite like 89 acceleration, he didn't really get going there. That could have been another good opportunity to score. It's going to be 1-0 down at half-time, but we've been better here against Arsenal than we were against West Ham. But Arsenal are a better team, so obviously are going to be more threatening going the other way. Terrible attempted tackle from the defender there. He just swung a leg at it rather than actually trying to go for the ball. We are going to be 1-0 down at the break. Tierney with a throw. Up there to Torreira. Inside to Danilo Pereira. Trying to win it back. Danilo is so physically strong. James Milner's done really well there. We're going to have to do just as well to get rid of it. AI are putting so much pressure on me in today's two games. Really, really tight marking from everyone. That's a nice ball into Jean-Kevin Augustin. I'm going to have to be a lot... Oh, Danilo Pereira is so aggressive in the interception. I just couldn't do anything with the ball there. He was on me in a flash. Cooley well out of position now. Tyler Roberts is looking for Nicola Pepe. Jared Bowen going to get involved in the defending. Lacazette brings that down and drives forward and looks to find the top corner, but Gazzaniga is equal to it. And look again, look at the early pressure. Arsenal are not leaving me an inch of space ever. Milner's found some here, and he'll get that to Adama. Kieran Tierney sold himself there, and we might be in with a good chance. Adama, oh, I don't know where to go though. That's the only thing. There's so many people around me. Calvin Phillips is there short. Turn well. Oh, it's been such a poor pass. The fuck was that, Calvin? I build for so long, and one poor pass breaks everything down. That's unacceptable from Calvin Phillips there. He might be really, really good as a holding midfielder, but he has nothing going the other way. I'm really starting to get quite frustrated with him. Calvin Phillips. 20 minutes to go in this game. We shall still continue to try and get ourselves the equals. Why are these passes under hit so poorly? I'm putting like 2.5 bars of power on them, and they're just kicking them as if I've only put 1 bar of power on it. If I could change player, that'd be great. Free kick then. 15 minutes to go. Really frustrating second half here. Looks like we're staring another 1-0 defeat in the face, although we have been much better in this game. As things stand at the minute, I am probably going to change the sliders. In fact, change the difficulty entirely. We'll drop down to Legendary, and we'll make Legendary more difficult rather than trying to force Ultimate to be slightly easier, because it's just not enjoyable for me to play. And I'm starting to get the feeling that it's really not enjoyable for you guys to watch long term either. Last season was good fun, trying to stay up in our first season, but we just don't want the save to boil down to that being the scenario every single year because of the difficulty. We could improve the team as much as we like, but the way things are going so far, it doesn't look like results are going to change. So I shall have to make things change. We'll drop to Legendary for the next episode, and I'll use my previous sliders that we used to use in every other series, and hopefully things will start to be a little bit better. Saka could change of pace. Frederick's trying to win it back. Adama's done well. Tyler Roberts out to Jared Bowen. Oh, I pressed pass, but he didn't want to actually kick it. Cheers, pal. There goes my final chance of actually getting anything out of this game. Arsenal on the counter-attack. They may even make it 2. It would probably sum things up if they did. We win it back, and there's the final whistle. Yep. Next episode, I shall drop the difficulty to Legendary and up the sliders to make that more difficult rather than using Ultimate and trying to make it easier, because it's just not fun. And at the end of the day, we're trying to have fun here with this save. And I think another full season of grinding games, losing in questionable fashion, and finding ourselves in the bottom 3 again just isn't going to show any sort of progression to keep the series alive. I have to, of course, keep in mind that you guys want to keep watching entertaining content, and the same thing time after time isn't going to be entertaining in the long run, is it? We need to see some progression, and we're not going to see that with the way things are. So I'll try and get a transfer deal done before the end of the episode to try and ensure that we can end on a positive note. 2 1-0 defeats in the league leave us outside the relegation zone, thankfully. Tyler Roberts has had a transfer offer for him here. We shall reject that. 34.4 million is a big offer, but he's obviously one of our best prospects. And player returns from injury and sold. Robbie Gotts is gone, and Pablo Hernandez is on his way back from injury. Robbie Gotts is gone, which means we have some money. Let's go and spend it, shall we? I'm leaning towards Rajan Angolan and then saving whatever we have left for pre-contracts next season, or in January. I've added a couple of other players here to the shortlist from suggestions in the last episode, but I don't think I'm going to go for them as things stand. And again, at striker, I'm obviously going to try and get Orland in at some point. But I think Nangolan at 82 rating, in fact, he's dropped slightly in rating. But technically, he's so good. Daniel Vass. Daniel Vass isn't quite as good technically, but he's better physically. He's got 89 stamina though, Nangolan. And I think the way he is technically is just going to help. And if I can't get close to goal to create chances, I could try and bang him from distance with Raja. I'm going to go for Raja. I'm going to go for Raja Nangolan. Be one hell of a signing, one hell of a coup. Actually, are you interested, maybe, in Alfie McCalmont? They are. Oh, no. You're not having Alfie McCalmont and £16 million? No. Excuse me. That's not happening. 16.8. All I could do is end negotiation at this stage, because it doesn't let you just go back and do a straight cash offer. Alright, they have finally come down. Jesus. I was starting to wonder whether they were actually going to budge at all there. Annoyingly, I think I've overpaid there, using Alfie McCallum, but I guess it does save us some money. Sucks that you can't then take the player off and just offer cash again. Although they might have asked for then 20 plus million in cash. Oh, that's frustrating. Never mind. It is what it is. I still prefer Raja over Daniel Vass. I don't think Dendoncker is really going to improve us too much. I'll say important. If he asks for crucial, he can have it. I'll start him over Milner. And indeed, he can have that. 2-year deal. If you'll sign 3, that would be preferable, please. Thank you. No release clause is fine by me. And then wage-wise, what would you like? £66,000 a week. Take the bonus off. Oh, go on then. He's currently on 70. They'll accept it. Good. So, Rajan Angolan is now in. We can start utilising him in the next episode. And for January, we will have a considerable... Well, we could probably get a couple of really, really good pre-contracts, if not 3, maybe. But I don't want to abuse the system. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But I think Rajan Angolan's going to vastly improve our midfield. I'll put Milner on the bench for Forshaw. In fact, I could probably sell Forshaw now and raise some more money there too. That's definitely an option. I'm going to move Traore and Jared Bowen slightly narrower because I felt that they just were too wide in that last game and I couldn't really make the most of them. Right, what I'm going to do then is I'll drop it to Legendary and then we'll make Legendary harder just as we did with the old Ultimate. Apparently, the old Ultimate was the same as Legendary. So, we shall wait and see if Legendary with the previous sliders we were using on old Ultimate feels the same as it used to. Which, in theory, it should. So far, the top deals in this window are Marquinhos to Manchester United for 88.3 million. Osimhen to Tottenham for 58.5 and Cucurella to Roma for 44 million pounds. We'll wait and see what else happens in this window. And we'll give you a quick rundown of the biggest deals that go in and out of the Premier League and of the save all told. Alioski's transfer talks broke down. We thought that might happen. I did suspect that that was going to be the case. A decent amount of money spent so far, but no massive deals. Another transfer offer for Alioski. And again, it's not necessarily from a club that are going to be able to pay his wages, but we'll wait and see. Might end up just having to use Alioski in another deal as well. That was a sizable lump or jump, but no, still nothing else in the big... Whoa, that's a big jump. Over 100 million. There might have been something involved there. Jack Clark on loan. No, sir. Not a chance. Let's have a look. What's that big jump? Another big deal. Nicola Pepe to Real Madrid from Arsenal. If only that had happened before we played them. That would have been lovely, wouldn't it? Never mind. Big move for Real Madrid, bringing in Nicola Pepe. That's taken another sizable-ish jump, but no other deal in the top 3. It's not as big a jump. We've done a lot of business in this window, as you can see there, and Alioski's transfer talks broke down as we again expected them to. So I've spent 77 odd million pounds there and made almost 50. Transfer for Jamie Shackleton. Again, that's a no. He's growing well, and at 21 years of age, could really grow to be a very, very capable player. Right, so Bournemouth, I presume that's Renato Sanchez and McNeil in, Brooks and Mepham out, McBurney in at Arsenal, strange signing, and Orsolini in, Guendouzi, Xhaka and Nicola Pepe out. Nothing for Villa. Till and Malumbi with regards to Brighton's transfers. Burnley have made more than they've sold, despite getting in more than they let go. Chelsea, Ings and Hoot raiding Southampton apparently. Rudiger and Hector going out. Karius, Alione and Ambrosius in at Crystal Palace with Pizzini going out. Everton, Yazici and Bruma going in with Benima and Dowell out. Obviously, you know what we've done. Leicester with Hartel and Verdi in. Liverpool, oh, that's where Guendouzi went. And Sander Berger as well. Strengthening in the centre of midfield there. They sold Loris Karius. City have done nothing. United only signing Marquinhos. Newcastle have done quite a bit of business. Saint-Maximin went to Lyon. Norwich with a little bit. Buendia going. Southampton signing Fernandez, Tanganga and Martin. Tottenham signing Azim. Oh, and Stefan de Vrij. That's an interesting one. Lamela, Tanganga, Alderweireld and Carter Vickers out at Tottenham. Jensen and Hughes in at Watford. West Ham, Mukhtar, Marquisa and Dowell with Cardoso going out. And Wolves signed a man. And Dadashov, Traore to me and Jota out there. That is all she wrote for this summer transfer window. I've got my scouts out looking for players whose contracts are expiring in less than 12 months. So we will be able to see who's going to be available on a pre-contract in January from our scout reports. So we can then make an educated decision, an informed decision as to what we want to do. I'm going to remove these guys from my shortlist now. I'll wait for Almada and Apenda's scout reports to come back. And obviously Haaland we're leaving on the shortlist for now. That will do us for today. Apologies it's out a little bit later than usual, but as you know, I've been having some problems with my PC. Hence why it's out a little later, but I didn't have any issues in this recording, which is good. Other than the fact that Ultimate's getting a little bit tiresome now. So we're going to drop it down to Legendary and then make that more difficult. And we should have, hopefully, a better experience. Moving forward, we shall do that from tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you for all of your feedback, taking on board all of it today with changing formation, what we did in the transfer window, and, of course, with regards to what we're going to do with the difficulty setting as well. So thank you for all of your feedback. You do genuinely have a tangible difference in every save that I do. Please do continue to show your support. Make sure you drop the video a like if you haven't, and I'll see you tomorrow.